you come from a marginalized community, if you've had trauma in your life, such as I did, if you don't have self-worth and encouragement, you can make a series of mistakes and bad choices and missteps that put you on this trajectory.
Over 80% of women in prison have suffered some type of major trauma, whether it's sexual abuse, domestic violence, things of that nature.
You could go to any jail or prison and you'd be amazed at the stories of abuse, other forms of violence, and just the tragedy that many women have lived through.
From the age 16 to 22, I've been in and out of jail too many times to count. Sometimes I'd go into jail, I'd get out, and 3 to 4 days later, I'm right back in.
When you're formally incarcerated, you're relegated to a different class. You're not really a citizen of this country. How many women are in prison because of the man they were dealing with, the man they were in a relationship with? The numbers are staggering.
I did feel like I was going through a revolving door because, there was no ending. No matter what I did to try to do right, something always made me go back to the same system. There was no help offered to me. There was no one to help me learn how to do these things. I was just let go.
So I've spent 10 prison terms inside of the California system. And that's what I became to a correctional officer. Job security can always rely on me to return and do my time so they can watch me and then release me, and always count on me returning in 6 months or less.
We are raising our children as fodder to a penal system. It's not something that I was conscious of, but it's something that I was part of. It was part of the circle, the continuum of our family tree, that's where you went, that's what you did.
Because we weren't born to be locked up. Our human spirits were not supposed to live in cages.
The needs of the women, emotionally, mentally, physically, are different. I'm not just talking about what they have on commissary or what movies are played on the weekend. I'm talking about treating the woman as a woman holistically and not just a number.
Everybody that has an encounter with law enforcement should have that. You should have folks that can show up, and someone who only gets to see this flash of your life, this one portrait, they should be able to see all these other different pictures of you before they decide that you should be thrown away.
And in all these spaces, when we have these conversations, it's mainly men. You kind of start to feel like, well, where do I fit in? I'm not a part of this conversation. And so for me, it was like, I made myself a part of the conversation. I'm gonna sit at this table. You know what, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring my own table. You don't meet a man who's in prison because of their wife. You don't meet a man who's in prison because he messed with the wrong girl.
Women have to return to their communities and pick up where they left off as nurturers, as mothers, as maybe caregivers for their parents or some other sibling.
The needs of women are not really addressed. When you're in prison, you want pads, you want tampons, good luck, girl, good luck. There is a lot of conversation about ban the box as it relates to people with criminal history applying for jobs and having to check, have you ever been convicted of a felony? There are also several other boxes that have been created for us, for society to categorize us, right? Even when we're having discussions about thought processes, we're told to think outside of the box.
We want to live, not just survive, not to be somebody's victim or a statistic, but we want to live.
Let's eradicate the box. Let's design our own lives. Let us work together and let us create a system for us, by us, to serve us, instead of trying to work within a system that wasn't created by us, isn't designed to help us, isn't designed to make us be empowered and empower each other, is used to divide and separate us and keep us in boxes.